All right, Mr. Superintendent, can we move on to the spotlight and then maybe come back to the thought for the day?
Sounds good, Madam Chair. At this time, I'd like to introduce Jane Floyd-Bullen from Pace School and have her come forward. And also, she's coming forward for the Superintendent Spotlight. I wanted to recognize her for the award, the Joe Glick Award, the other evening. And, just thank you for your leadership, you know, what you're doing in our district and overseeing several schools and doing a great job.
Well, thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here again tonight. I know we talked about Everhart in February when I came, but I'm equally excited and pleased to share with you all the great things happening at Pace Secondary School, where I'm also a principal. But to help me with that, the people that do the real work each and every day, I have my the assistant principal, Robin Blackwell, who's been there since really the very beginnings and has just been the part of the heart and the vision of Pace, and Amy Alvis, the lead teacher. We have exceptional staff and some great parent support, some of which are here tonight with us, and they're going to tell you all the great things happening at Pace. So, Robin, you want to take it away, you and Amy? All right.
Good evening, everyone. We are really excited to have the opportunity to talk to you about Pace School. As Jane said, I'm Robin Blackwell, and I'm the AP at Pace, and this is Amy Alvis, and she's our lead teacher. And because Jane is just so awesome, she has 2 schools to supervise, which means that Amy and I are the day-to-day site administrative team at Pace. Amazingly enough, as Jane pointed out, I have been at Pace since the school was first established in our current setting. I think it was 1984. I tried to do some research, but it was 83 or 84. And as you can imagine, I have a very deep commitment to the school and to everything we accomplish for our students there. We began with 6 portable buildings and about 20 students in grades 6 through 12 in 1984. And since then, we've grown to about 80 students, added elementary students, grades 3 through 5, and we now have 23 portable buildings. We are definitely supporters of the half-penny tax, since we're really hopeful that some of those funds will be used to help us get a new facility. Students who are assigned to Pace have been identified as having emotional and/or behavioral disabilities which are significant enough that they interfere with their ability to be successful in a regular school setting. Prior to being referred to Pace, Home Zone schools attempt as many reasonable interventions as possible to try to assist students in remaining successfully in their regular school. And I have to give a lot of credit to all the schools in Leon County for all the hard work and the commitment that they have to keeping their own kids in their own schools. But sometimes some students just need a level of support that can't be provided for them in the regular school setting. And it's at this point that students may be assigned to Pace as the next intervention. Students at Pace vary greatly. Academically, we have students who are working on the regular pupil progression plan, as well as students working on special pupil progression plan. Behaviorally, we have students who have been diagnosed with clinical mental illnesses such as bipolar disease, mood disorders, schizophrenia, depression, and severe ADHD. And in the past few years, we've also increased significantly the students on the autism spectrum. In addition, we have students who have learned inappropriate behavior in their environments, as well as students who have unfortunately been removed from their homes as a result of abuse or neglect and may currently live in foster care with other relatives or in group homes. Whatever the cause, our students struggle with the social skills which would allow them to interact successfully with peers and adults. They often have difficulty negotiating social and academic situations and with tolerating frustration. As a treatment environment, we work with a team of professionals which includes speech therapist, art therapist, clinical psychologist, social workers, school psychologists, and many other support agencies. In addition, we're very fortunate to have a parent liaison who works closely with our families, staff, and outside agencies. Our goal, once we get students at Pace, is to identify and target each student's skill deficit area in order to help them address and develop the skills they need to be successful back in the school and community settings. We do this by providing a very low student-staff ratio along with a structured school-wide behavior program. Our treatment program is based on the principles of behavior analysis and positive reinforcement. We have a wonderful behavior analyst on our team that develops individual programming and targets skill areas for our students. As a result of our increased staffing and targeted intervention, we are able to respond successfully to many behaviors that would typically result in a student being suspended from school. While each of our students is different, in general, our treatment goals include the development of social skills and social awareness to improve peer interactions, the development of ability to exercise self-control, the ability to follow through with instructions and comply with adult requests, and to develop self-esteem by increasing their confidence in their own academics and recreational abilities. Even though our most capable students often have academic gaps as a result of behavior problems that they have experienced, these gaps in turn cause additional frustration for students. At PACE, teachers differentiate instruction and provide accommodations to meet individual needs. We try to involve our students in as much active learning as possible. We're very fortunate to have smart boards and other instructional technology in each classroom that help engage our students and keep them interested in learning. Our teachers also create lessons that provide social skill practice through group projects and hands-on activities to teach to various learning styles.
We also try to create the most reinforcing environment possible and provide students with a variety of positive experiences such as field trips and many other activities. We celebrate Drug Awareness Week in October and have a wonderful fall festival. In November, we have guest speakers come to campus and students explore different career options and choices. And this spring, our students participate in an evening talent show, which is always very fun, and a poetry event, and then also we have an awards banquet to finish off the year. We also have a school garden for our special diploma students. They maintain that, and they're helping with a community project garden off campus right now. We also have a reading initiative this year, and we had a really fun time. You might have seen some of the slides of our Literacy Week. And the biggest thing this year was we opened up our media center. For the first time, our students were able to check out books, and it was a proud day for us. And we had a ribbon cutting ceremony, and Bev Owens came and joined us. That was wonderful. And then our students, of course, have been able to check out books this year. This year, we also started clubs actually last year, and we're up to 10 clubs this year. And they're every other Wednesday, and we wanted to share a few of those with you. We have Spanish Club, Cooking, Yearbook Photography, German Culture. One of our staff actually speaks German. Chess, Art, Hip Hop Club sponsored by Young Actors Theater. Our most popular club, Legos, that was a student initiative club. And Wild Animals, and basketball, which is sponsored by mentors from FSU. And we're working on having a middle school basketball team next year. And our mentor program is something that we're also very proud of. It's our third year having mentors at PACE, and we have partnered with organizations across Tallahassee to provide our kids with mentors. We've worked with Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Big Ben, FSU Center for Leadership and Civic Education, and FSU Youth Programs. There it goes. And I wanted to show you a few of our mentors. And this last slide, this is Eddie and Allie. And one picture was taken 3 years ago, and I just took this one last week. And you can see how Eddie has grown, and the mentors come out for 3 years in a row. And actually, because of our school, she decided that she wants to be a teacher, an ESE teacher, and she's going to graduate next year. We also have Peace Jam. Whoops, I went a little too fast on that one. Many of the local schools have Peace Jam, and some of us students got to go to FSU and join the leadership initiative that they had a couple weekends ago.
Got us back to Peace Jam.
Oh, thank you. All right.
As students improve their behavior skills and express an interest in transitioning, we begin to prepare them to return to regular school or some alternative environment. It might be lively, adult ed, taking GED classes, or maybe working part-time. Our transition program is very structured. For students returning to regular schools, they typically start with 1 or 2 classes. And as they do well, the additional classes are added until they get to a full-time student. We also have a part-time teacher who monitors our students transitioning. She sets up schedules, works closely with teachers and administration at regular schools, and problem solves when the need arises. Although we would like to see as many of our students as possible return to mainstream settings, some students continue to need support longer than others. Some students choose not to return to their home zone school and stay at PACE where they can participate in a smaller learning environment. each year we have students who graduate from PACE, which is always a very emotional time for us. I know that some of our board members have been to our graduation. I think we have 3 graduate students this year, so be looking for your invitations. In closing, we really want to thank you again for the opportunity to talk to you tonight. We'd like to invite you out anytime to come take a tour of our school and meet some of our wonderful staff and students. Looking around in this group, I see a whole lot of familiar faces, and I just wanted to thank all of our staff, students, parents.
Would you all stand up so we can see your smiling faces, and thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
That is really impressive that all of you would come all the way out here to be here with us, and we're really grateful for your service day in and day out, and that you would take the time to be here and give us the school that we're so proud of. Mr. Van Camp, I think, wants to say something.
Oh, yeah. Always have something to say about PACE. Of course, having been in the school district, knowing many of the things that's happened over the years with PACE, we've seen it grow. We've seen what it's meant to so many kids in Leon County. But I got to tell you, these are unsung heroes right here. The kids that come to PACE sometime, you know, parents are at their wits' end, communities at their wits' end, but I've never seen this staff at their wits' end with kids. Well, maybe one I might could think of that I worked with one time. You're still working with there, one of my favorite young men. But just I don't think realize that the kids that are almost age, some of them go to age 22, they can stay there until they graduate. And I would encourage any of the board members, if you haven't been to a PACE graduation, you need to go. You need to hear the parents and hear what the kids say there. Also, some of the things that a lot of folks don't know in our transportation department and the way we pick up a number of these kids to get to our school, it goes countywide. And there's some unsung heroes and aides that are on those buses that work with those kids, because many of them need that support and program they're getting at PACE has to transition to the bus until we are able to turn them over to someone else. So and I would think I would be truthful in saying that the 6 to 8 hours that these kids are enrolled at PACE are probably the most nearest to a family environment some of them have had. And others has made the family environment a little bit easier at home because of what these folks are doing, you know, for that. So just thank you for what you do at PACE.
Thank you, Mr. Van Camp. Ms. Lewis Butler.
Yes. Yeah, I want to say, since I've been on the board for a long time, and I took PACE in, and Mrs. Robin Blackwell, she's done an excellent job. And the passion that you show for the students there, I was just so intrigued, as well as the graduations that I've attended. I've attended the poetry drama club activities that you've had there, and they've all been just, I thought it was the best kept secret in the district, because you do so much with so little. I remember when it was raining out there and I was wading in the water there. We got that taken care of, and I heard what you said, what we need to do in the future, and we are looking at you because you do so much with so little. And we thank you and appreciate what you do for the students at PACE.
Ms. Bowen.
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair. I just need to echo what my colleagues have said on the board, such that it's wonderful to have supportive and committed staff such as yourself and the parents who are here tonight. We could not do what we do in this system without your support. And so, having been to PACE many times myself, and I guess I'm starting to feel and think that we continue to do so many things right, and we provide an individualized touch to what our students need, and your center or that school does certainly provide that. And so we thank you very much and applaud your efforts. Great.
Well said, Ms. Bowen.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Crumpler.
I'll just bring it in for a landing and thank all of you for serving with what I call a servant's heart. And that's, you know, my pastor says that I'm preaching to the choir. You guys know that the children that you serve are some of the most in need children, and the patience that you show on a daily basis. Know that those of us up here appreciate what you do, and you have an impact. It'll be a special place for you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
Well said, and I concur. Thank you so much for being here.